Hello and welcome to another episode of the Standard Grind. I'm your host Jack, and today we jumping right into some arena, new guns, and standard. We're gonna be doing this for a while. To be fair, I love it. All right, let's do an event. Traditional standard event. Yes, with this deck. Let's do a real quick overview. We have 12 ones, 4 scamps, 4 firebrands. These are removal on 1. Lackey is a good attacker and a good blocker because it has first strike. Draconautics Engineer allows us to make dinosaurs, also give things haste. I haven't been big on Draconautics, honestly. Card's been less than impressive. In like most of my games. A couple of my games I make a dragon and it's good. And this might be a better on the draw card when we're trying to go big and less of like an aggressive card. Maybe we play some in the sideboard eventually. Horde Master is really nice. A lord that gives us draws when goblins die. Sear Slicer replaces bodies that attack. Dropkick's just another lord. It also makes things fly. Howl Squad's the biggest addition to the deck. It's a 3-mana 2/3 that gives other goblins haste. With search your engines, and you make a guy at the beginning of combat, that guy has to attack, but it doesn't make everything attack, which is great. If you're at max speed, tap stat red for each goblin. So sometimes you get there, sometimes you don't. But the card feels really good. And then we got 3 Krenko. Honestly, I kind of want to cut down to 2 Krenko. We play 24 lands. That way we can go down to 23 lands, and that gives us room for a couple more slots. Let me see what we're missing. What are we not playing? Bastronaut's 1. Okay. We could try Bastronaut, but I don't think that we need more 1s. What else? Prowlcatcher isn't the greatest, but it is a 2. And then we go right into 3s. Okay. I think what I really want is a couple 2-drops. Yeah, so I'm going to do... So we're just going to go paint. 1... Oh, not craft. 1, 2, Painter Studios. So now the curve is 12, 12, 11. No, because these are also technically 3s. Interesting. So 12, 12, 13. I think that's fine because we have 24 ones and 2s and 23 lands. So I feel like that's a fine split. Do we like all these cards? I really like a Braid. Twisted Fealty is really good right now. Maybe we cut a Lithomanthic for another Twisted Fealty. And just run it like that. We could also do Witch Stalker. I guess we could do Witch Stalker's Frenzy. That's a 2, technically. I think it's going to be good in the sideboard. Probably not the greatest in the main. We probably want Painter Studio. Actually, let's try it. Let's try 2 Witch Stalkers. We could do that over Twisted Fealty. Test this out. All right. We made a couple changes. We're going to test it out. We've been going 3-2 consistently with that other build. We'll see how this one goes. Good Ashling, a profile pick. Rest in peace to the Elementals. Checking in on chat, making sure my mic is unmuted. Boom, boom, boom. Everything looks good. Appreciate you watching. Let me see. All right, we go 1, 2, 3. I like 1, 2, 3. Any aggro deck that gets to go on curve 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop. And we have the Witchstalker's Frenzy if they try to block. This is good. Nightmare, probably discard a third land. Play the Scamp. Now we play the Seer Slicer because we want to get it down as soon as possible. Sure. Combat and attack. Ping your face, and then I take a damage from the roll, right? Oh no, that's not what that is. Play the Seer Slicer. End step, get a guy. Play a Lord. Combat. They probably have the Flash 2-1. Make a deed. Oh, they're just sacking. Okay, so that was extra 3 damage I could have gotten. But if they have the Flip His Droner, then they can trade with my Seer Slicer, and I don't want that. GG, okay. To lose to a Seer Slicer is to truly lose. This is a matchup where I'm never going to get a Cranko down. And Witchstalker is probably not as good as just like a Braid or Lithomantic. What creatures are they going to play? Probably Pixies. Maybe I just want Pyroclasm. I think I really just want like Torch or Lithomantic. Let's play. A Braid deals 3, so that's good. Witchstalker is good because it just, if I'm attacking with 2 guys, it deals 5. We could just go to 4 Witchstalker Frenzy. That might be the move versus bounce. You just play 4 Witchstalker Frenzies, and then you just kill all their stuff. Like, no, I insist it dies. Now come and give your love. Come and give your love. Sure. Ooh, I need a way to kill this. Damn. I guess the Horde, if it lives, the Horde Master will give me enough power on the Scamp to trade. Wow. And that's really good. And that'll just keep getting bigger every turn. Probably just murder my thing. Yeah. I get a death trigger. I really need... I should have brought in Lithomantic. That's what I need. Okay, it's a play. Wow. GG's. Yeah, and then they have the Optimistic Scavenger trigger on top of that. Okay, so Lithomantic definitely. Torch definitely. These wouldn't work. Braids are not as good. Alright, we're on the play. We have interaction. I think this will be good. Take the play. You're seeing the duality of goblins right now. It's okay. We're going to get a good 5. We're pitching the Horde Master if we have to pitch. Maybe that 6 was better because we could have just drawn a land. But if we went to a 5 and we saw a second land, we would have been in a better spot. I think we still have enough pressure with a 5 to win. I'm gonna shoot this pixie in response. Well, sometimes you don't see your second land, and that's how Magic goes. Deep breath. Reset is all you can do. There's some things you can't control. And kudos to my opponent. They're playing a really good deck. And they're playing it well too, so can't be frustrated or mad. I was the one who chose to keep a 1 land hand. Trying to think of the sequence. We go Sear Slicer, then drop kick. Okay, opponent's going aggro. Yeah, the scavenger's just gonna get so big. Okay, there it is. And that'll do it. Well played, opponent. Well played. Yeah, because that was very close. That was very close back and forth. The issue is, we went from having 5 lands to 1 land to 1 land. So the variance was a little bit strong in that one. But again, we take our losses early. We take a deep breath. We focus up. We went out. We got this. We got 4 more games. We got some EDH. We're just chilling, And we're back. Make sure everything's working. Appreciate you being here. Let's see. I appreciate you watching. It means a lot. Yeah, I really like goblins right now. We might have to do some craziness to brew it, right? But we might have too many 3-drops right now. Can't believe we cut a land. Yeah, the changes we made were probably not great, but it's important to test things. If you don't test things, you don't know what things could be. These changes in the commander ban list, or not the ban list, the bracketing system, I think they're really interesting. I think that commander in general, as a format, needs like guidance, but I think that a lot of people, it's hard because like I'm lucky enough to have like a close group of friends that plays EDH, right? So like at the end of the day, I'm able to like, know who I'm going to play against and schedule a time. And, we know out of respect what to play and what not to play. And it's hard if you go into a random shop and you're looking for that same level of camaraderie, right? All right, we got an opponent. This hand's good. This is an example of a good hand. And then we go like triple lord. We go 1, 2, triple lord. Okay, opponent is doing cool things. We need a third land really bad. They're doing aristocrats, which is really cool. Raging Battle Mouse. Beginning combat on your turn. If 2 or more non-land permanents enter the battlefield under your control, this turn target creature control gets +1/+1. Second spell you cast each turn costs 1 less to cast. Fascinating. Play a lord. Attack with 2 dudes. Make a dude. I feel like every deck that plays red should play Seer Slicer. This card is one of those cards where if they don't kill it, it just takes over the game. And look, they killed it, still going to win this game. They already made 2 1/1s, which in my deck scale up really fast. Play a dropkick. Here's another lord. GG. All right. Game 2. This looks like a Pyroclasm matchup. Take out the Krankos. Probably just go up 1 cards and run it like that. So we were playing 60, now we're playing 61 because we just don't want to make another cut. In all honesty, you could trim any of your cards. Probably pick a 1-drop because you're gonna Pyroclasm. So you don't want a bunch of 1-drops. So maybe instead of cutting our Krankos, we should have cut our 1-drops. That's something to think about for being on the play. I guess on the draw, we would want our Krankos. On the play, we want our 1-drops. Hailing from an unknown plane, the End Riders are hardened raiders, ready to do whatever it takes to win. Their vehicles are equipped with tools to catch other cars, crude explosives, and other devices. Yeah, I really like goblins right now. And I think that the best way you can probably build it is going to be as mid-rangey or as slow as you can. There's just other hyper aggressive. Like I had a match the other day at Standard where I just raced with my opponent, And you get in these positions where you're staring at each other and you're trying to figure out, like, how am I going to survive, like, their attack, right? But if you play mid-range, right, you play actual removal and stuff. The issue with my deck at the time was I was just playing only goblins. Nothing but 60 cards, lands, and goblins. And it felt good, but then, if my opponent has triple monstrous rage and a double striking mouse, like, GG, right? Like, I really don't have any options then. So I feel like if you're looking at goblins, if you're looking at a deck like this, you definitely want to have interaction, because there's games where you won't be able to race. And it's important to slow your opponent down. Because you're consistent. You have consistency. Opponent might be roping out. They might be frustrated, or they might be at the in the bathroom. I hate to take a win like this, but I always feel bad for winning. I don't understand why. I guess it's because the winning part isn't important to me, and I know it's important to my opponent. I just enjoy the playing of the game. And it's nice, it's nice to win every once in a while, but that's not the feeling that I go for when I play. I just enjoy playing the game and experiencing the magic, the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows, right? So when I beat my opponent, sometimes I say sorry and I feel bad, and they tell me, it's like, why the hell would you say that, right? And they're being honest. They're like, don't say that. Like, you just won legitimately and fairly. Don't say sorry to your opponent. But in my mind, I'm like, well, it's not important to me, and it's something that's very important to them. But it's something that I have to get away from, because it's not respectful, and I want to be as respectful as I can be always. Good match, opponent. Well played. We will take the win and keep going. Trudging along. Scared of the goblins they are. If the opponent just chooses to concede every game, I mean, that's one way to 5-0. I mean, 4-1. But we would prefer to be able to cast our goblins. Also, how do you feel? How do you all feel about the new achievement system on Arena? Do you play Arena? Do you care about Arena? Is it something that matters to you? It doesn't matter to me, but I see the achievements going up, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Just curious how the average Arena player feels about the achievement system. Wow, this hand sucks. There's a lot of aristocrat decks running around right now. Temple. I'll squad heavy. Go to combat. Get a guy. I'll attack. Murder. That's pretty good. Play a lord and a land. Combat. One attack, and I would like to give it flying, because why not? And it dies, but I don't care. I got to crank up my speed and keep you from getting a demon. I should concede out of respect. I love Desecration Demon. That's one of my favorite cards of all time. Before I played Goblins, I played Mono Black Devotion. That deck was fun. All right, we got a good amount of damage here. Let's play this. Let's go to combat. Sure. I don't think I want to tap it. Oh, but it leaves me up an extra mana. No. Attack with these two. These two can now fly. They block. But then this goes to max speed, and I can tap for 4, and I can play both of these second main. I just chose to play the Scamp. That's okay. You can have your 6/6 with flying, that's fine. I just want this deck to be good. This isn't the best practice. This is not what I'm prepping for, but if Mono Black Aristocrat Demons is a thing, I need to know. Play another demon. A diamond. Whew. Well, I don't have anything to say. I don't have anything to say. Frenzy doesn't even tag Desecration Demon. That's crazy. I think we're probably just going to play Pyroclasm and call it a day. From what I saw, they play a lot of like dorky creatures. I mean, this hand's great without the Pyroclasm. It's a better one drop. Play another one drop with haste, attack. Not like this. I'm sorry, opponent. Merrick's Hollow Squad. Attack for 3. Land Krenko. Oof. G. Well, it's not how I like to win, but you know. Opponent got to see how cool goblins are, hopefully. Maybe they'll maybe they'll love goblins. I was playing an energy series tournament one time, and somebody was like, "Look at how much I hate goblins," and they showed me one of their EDH decks. The legend was a white creature. It was a 3-mana 2/2 in white. It was a legend that ETBs to destroy target goblin. And I was like, "Wow, that's a card. I didn't know that existed. That's amazing." They're like, "Yeah, I hate goblins." Like, I can tell. It was pretty cool. Time. Scavenger's good. Goes a 2/2. The Lord means I can punch through. Makes it a 3/3. I cannot punch through anymore. We need like the Howl Squad Heavy off the top. Or any 3-drop, but Howl Squad Heavy would be like the card. Okay, that card's good. Yeah, I mean that's two counters a turn. That's pretty good. Chomp. Death Trigger. There it is. Death Trigger. Okay. Chomp. Yeah, so they can make a 2/3. That's 6 in the air. Hopeless Nightmare kills us. I think also a removal spell kills us. Yeah, that should do it. They can pick up and replay there this time. That's so crazy. They have 6 mana. They can do it. That's the hard part. So, yeah, that one turn where I played the Draconautics Engineer, I should have just played the Krenko and tapped, because I would have been able to make all the tokens and then untap with the Krenko, and all the tokens would have had haste. So that's really close. Krenko's definitely not the greatest in this matchup, so Krenko comes out. Witchstalker comes in. It could be Lithomantic, honestly. Let's do 2 Witchstalker, 2 Lithomantic. Like that. Because it kind of scales and it's less expensive. Also, almost all the creatures are blue and white, I believe. Play first. Better. Now that we're playing one less land, we highly value the lands. We need our 3rd land. It's better safe than sorry, I guess. And if this was a Krenko, it would be pretty good. That's how I look at all these spells that aren't goblins. I'm like, come on, you could just be a goblin. I would like to shoot this dude. Girl, gal, whatever it identifies as. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide anymore. I feel like I'm alone when I step by my front door. Always in my head, I feel always alone. There's nothing in my head more than a heart of stone. Alright, Urchin Pixie, they get to pick back up there. Nowhere to run. Well, if these were just Krankos, is there any other card on my sideboard that would be better? I don't think so. These could be fine, but this was just a Kranko. This game goes differently. Kranko does just die, I guess. Kaito. Oof. That's a reason to hit the Nurturing Pixie for sure. Instead, last turn. Thankfully, this does just kill a Kaito. But they get a big pickup. That's why we have to stop their ninjutsu, because they'll just get to keep killing all of our stuff forever. Kill Kaito. Kill your Restless Anchorage. $15. We're looking for something with haste. You can die. I have accepted my fate. Sometimes as a goblin, you have to accept that your creatures are all going to die. And that's fine. Look at that Nurturing Pixie. What is it holding in its arms? Oh, I'm so sorry. I tried to mute it. Oh, thank you all so much for being here. Wassup Dom? Played against Jack. No, I'd never play a stock red list. Love the limited content. Hey, appreciate you, Tim. Yeah, Alex is cool. What rank are you? We should battle. Oh, I'm not a good rank for sure. What's up, Mason? Yeah, I think Burnout's okay. I think it's not the greatest. I think it's one of those cards where it's like, it's really flashy and attractive, but it actually doesn't pan out well in gameplay. Also, I think that like for our one drops, Lackey's really good, Firebrand is really good, and Scamp are all really good. So until Scamp rotates out, I don't really want to like. I think that Bastronaut isn't as aggressive as you would want your one drop to be traditionally. Menace is good, but you have to pay 2 to pump it, and then it's like just really clunky and kind of slow. All right, 2-2, another day in the office. Now we're gonna fight back. We're gonna be fighting back for that 3-2. We got this. Deep breath. Reset. Yeah, I want to do more stuff like that where I work with other people and like record stuff. This Witch Stalker's Frenzy has not felt good recently. Sand is amazing. Probably bottom. It's bottom of squeeze. It forces us to be aggressive. The rest of these cards don't force us to do anything. Spyglass Siren. Sears Laser. This is Convoke. Sheltered by Ghosts. Wow. Ping. Wow. That's crazy how that actually was good against us. Can they do it again? Draw a land. Potentially 5 cards of gas in the hand. Okay, so they're holding up the flash in 2 1/1s end step. We'll play around that by not attacking with the Sear Slicer and instead just attack with this 1/1 the Howl Squad makes. Oh yeah, this card is good. Oh yeah. Swinging in. Doing some damages. Speed goes to 2. That's fine. End step. I get a guy. Pass it over. Next turn, I get to go Cranko if I had a land drop. Sheltered by Ghost is fine. I am not scared of no ghosts. Play another Howl Squad heavy. Go to combat. Attack with this one. End step, get a guy. Draws another land. Plays a Spyglass Siren. Siren's good. I think that the ability of Spyglass Siren just to draw a card with a land and replace itself is really, really strong. Just being able to go 1 colorless mana. I would like to draw a card, please. 13. Do we just break the game now? Is that what this does? Let's do it like that. I love effects like this that reference specifically the end of your next turn, which guarantees that you'll always get a turn with it. Now I tap the Howl Squad heavy for 14 mana, and I play a Dropkick Bomber, and I play a Squee, and I pass it over. Make another dude. GG. Opponent did the awesome token things. However, Krenko is busted. Pyroclasm is good. Lithomanthic is kind of good. What are they going to be putting this stuff on? Yeah, Warden of the Inner Sky is pretty decent. I guess Lithomanthic is where we want to be. Witchstalker's Frenzy is not the greatest. It's kind of just like a strict upgrade if we do Lithomanthic. It can hit stuff earlier in the game. Also can't be countered by Ward, which is very important. Yeah, my opponent not having the option to counter my Lithomantic. Like when I'm just like, I'd like to kill this, and they're like, counter spell. And you're like, you can cast a counter spell. I would like to kill this. And it's like, no. Sometimes they don't understand. This is where I kind of want this to be a 1-drop technique. Like in my brain, I'm like, I would love that one. I would love a 1-drop here. I think as is, we're probably gonna go. We could either go Hordemaster Squee or Draconautics Dropkick. This is a 3/3, and this is a 2/3. Then the following turn, I play a Lord, and I go. Here's a 4/4 and a 3/4. I like that. Novice Inspector on 1. Play a land, pass it over. Cracks the clue. Maybe has a slightly slower hand. Play the 2/2, because if I play the Lord, they'll just kill it with the Gateway Express. I think Warden is an amazing card. Interesting. I'm being greedy, but this is on purpose. I want them to get aggressive and attack back. I want them to be like, okay, look at what I can do. Do a bunch of things and then attack. And then I can do a bunch of things and attack back. They want a flying squee. That's terrifying, actually. We got a good land, so we can go. We know we have 2 lands in a row, so let's sequence wisely. I can go Lord, jump the dude. Wait, they're at 12. They're tapped out. Do we win? So if we go Howl Squad Heavy, Firebrand, make a dude, Firebrand, it's 5, 6, 7. That's not enough. But if we go Lord, then Firebrand, counter, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And Dropkick Bomber, I think, is just a little bit less. Yes. That's why we do math. That was awesome. Checking in on y'all. Hell yeah, I would love to cue into you naturally as well. Exact list. I was gonna say Cauldron's amazing. I cut the Cauldrons because I don't have enough graveyard decks in my local meta. Also, I found that they sometimes get stuck in your hand, which feels bad. I like playing all threats. Being able to just slam creatures every turn is great. But thank you for building the list. I really appreciate that. Tell me what you think. I'm looking for feedback for sure. Still battle for sure. First feeling 3 games in. Squee feels bad. Yeah. I was gonna say you can definitely. Yeah. I was gonna say as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters, right? Like that's the beauty of Magic is that we do what we want. We want to have fun and we do what we want. Okay. Well, that league didn't feel good. 2 of those 3 wins were against opponents that really didn't do stuff. But I got good input on numbers. The things that I adjusted were not right. Witchstalker's bad. It's okay in the sideboard, but it's not good in the main. I agree. I feel like we kind of have too many 3s. Draconics Engineer was okay. We definitely want that 24th land back. Kind of want the Krenko back. Krenko plus Howl Squad is like the best combo. Squeeze like decent. It's not the greatest. I don't know. Feel like sometimes we don't want a billion of these. 4422. And then if we just go Painter Studio. Oh, I'm sorry. No S. Painter 1, 2. Let's try that. Because that's the 12, 12, 12 split. Let's not do an event for this testing. We're just gonna do some quick testing with y'all. Best of 3 standard ranked Rakdos fish. So we went back up a land. We cut a Krenko and a Howl Squad heavy. No, we cut a Krenko and a Squee for a Painter Studio. The vibes are already back. I like the Painter Studio in the hand for sure. If I go super wide with the Sear Slicer, this is just going to be amazing. Mm-hmm. Swing. Sear Slicer, get a guy. Next turn, we get to go Scamp. If we draw land, Scamp, Sear Slicer, or we just go Sear Slicer. Combat. Attack with these. Sure. Seed of Hope is good. Now I'll get 2 more guys. Mm-hmm. They'll have 4 in the graveyard, so they'll be able to cast their 7 drops going forward. If they have enough blue sources, which they do. This Sear Slicer is going to get really out of hand. Best draw. They definitely kill my Lord for sure. Okay, they bounced that Lord. Probably have a sweeper then. That tells me they probably have a sweeper. Poke your face for 3. Another Lord to exile, so I can double Lord again next turn. GG's. Okay. Painter Studios back, baby. Who needs graveyard hate? They played this time big enough, so I've learned that the ley line actually doesn't do anything. We just need to try to do that again. Just go fast. Go goblins, go brr. How did y'all feel about the limited stream? Do you want to see more limited content? Do you want to see more of other people? Do you like Alex? Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Trying to figure out other things to do. I love playing goblins, but I want to spice it up for y'all. I think the channel can be bigger than that. I don't think so. It's a better land on 1. Hey, what's the matter with you? Okay, so my opponent has a really cute fox. Shoots Phyrexian oil at your eyeballs. Pretty cute. Look at his little buddy. Look at him shooting his Phyrexian oil. That's so cute. Goblin, play a Lord. Murder. Death trigger. Seer Slicer is nice, thank you. If we have a haste creature, then the Seer Slicer makes a token right away, which is great. If we don't have a haste dude, we might just play the Lord, but we need to get this Seer Slicer down because it's another card that's gonna get killed. Okay, another Storm Chaser's talent. A Seed of Hope for a land. Beautiful swamp, I gotta say. Okay, so we got I think we just slant. Let's play Howl Squad here. If we hit a land, we can go double Lord next turn. If they block, we know that they have removal for the Howl Squad because they'll cast it and then buff their thing and eat my token. This shows us that they don't have removal. Oh, baby. Well, we can go double Lord. They can activate to pick it up. Oh, that's right. I played into counterspell. I'm so silly. Draw 2 cards. That's what I'm playing next turn. If their only interaction was that phantom interference that turn, I should have gone Krenko then, because I could have made a billion tokens. They tapped all their black sources. That's painful. Play the squeak, play the scamp, play the lackey. Go to combat, and then this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one can all attack. No, because all of the removal would be damage or like target destroy based. So I get death triggers no matter what. If you're scared of your stuff being exiled, then you would sack the scamp there to push some damage and get a death trigger to set you up for next turn. Not the Howl Squad. Anything but the Howl Squad. I mean, they did have the board wipe. This is why we sandbag Krenko. They can pick up and play the long goodbye, but it doesn't hit the Krenko, I don't think. And cut down doesn't kill Krenko either. They can like do stairs, but I don't. Oh, they do have this town. I'm so dumb. I didn't see this town. I'm like, they can't kill it. Wait, what? Why would they not target this town? Oh, because this stuff doesn't have haste. Sure, that makes sense. They just like attack. They're like, fuck you. To be fair to my opponent, this is how you have to play it. Play the squeak, play the firebrand. Go to combat, attack, attack, tap. Blocks are good. Eclipse exiles, right? Yes, and no death triggers for me. But I get this squeak back, which is nice. Now if they pick up the Malicious Eclipse and play it again, they exile my squee, and I can't kill them with combat damage. If I do it the other way, where I don't tap Krenko for tokens and instead just push damage, they end up at 2, and then if the Malicious Eclipse, the Krenko just taps and attacks. So it's a really interesting situation. I chose to make more tokens last turn to push more damage in a future turn. What? What? So they can tap 2 target creatures. Sure. They have enough to go new Storm Chaser, pick it up, play Malicious Eclipse. Deadly Cover Up is so good. Took the Krankos out of my deck. That's interesting. Lackey swings. They have this big old fish that I think they forgot about. Because really, if they use their creature land right, I should be dead right now. GG's opponent, real close. That was such a sweat. Okay, well, played through a Deadly Cover Up and 2 malicious eclipses. Krenko coming